The best advice we would provide, well, I would provide, I think him too, would be to be patient and to love on yourself first. Get to know yourself, find joy with yourself, not look for someone else to complete what you're missing. I feel like get to know what you like, get to know what you don't like. This is your opportunity to figure out, you know, some of the things that you would like in a partner when you are ready to date, or not feel rushed, or be okay with going out with somebody and saying, that wasn't really right, and being okay with letting it go and looking for the next person and not just staying with them just for the sake of being with someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the mistake that a lot of single people made, and I've made in my lifetime. Just passing time, just because you didn't want to be by yourself. So it's okay to be single, and coming into that point where you say, you know what, I'm okay with who I am. And that's when I met Richard, once I got to that point of being okay with being by myself, and, you know, saying, okay, I'm a pretty cool person. This is what I like about myself. I would like to have these qualities in someone too, once you figure out who you are, because you can't really know what you want until you really know who you are. So I think that's
also respecting each other. You know, that's the advice. You know, always respect each other. You know, and I think what happens is you can have, you know, like, if people gonna have arguments, you're gonna have differences, but as long as you gotta respect each other within, you know, in that situation, instead of just going off and cursing each other out and saying things you can't take back, you know, but just respect each other. You know, that's the main thing right there. Continue to love, always respect, and for most men, you know, from a man's perspective, patience is the key. Be patient. You can't. If you're not patient, then relationship ain't for you. You know, you got to be patient as a man. And sometimes we can be so impatient, and, you know, and be selfish. And no, you can't do that. You got to be patient, and you got to respect each other. So
dating is a process. It's a process, and sometimes it's tedious. But if you're, you know, looking for marriage, especially in the end, patience is key. You know. With, you know, maybe this wasn't the right person, but with every wrong person, you know, the right person is coming along. All right. What has been the biggest compromise you've had to make as a couple? So the biggest compromise we've had to make is children. When we first started dating, I had 2 children from a previous relationship, and Richard had no children. And so when we first started dating, I did have to make it clear, even before we decided to commit to each other, that I was unable to have any more children. So I just wanted to make sure that he was okay with that, because you don't want any resentment down the line. And, you know, not to say, oh, okay, I'm cool with it, and then 10 years down the line, man, I wish I would have had kids of my own. So that was a really important conversation at the beginning. A lot of people say, oh, keep the heavy stuff for later, but why waste your time investing in someone if you know that you're not going to be on the same page about, you know, these important issues, which are like children, or you want to even want to get married, or things like that. So he was, I guess, you know, felt like I was the one, and was willing to say, you know what, it's fine, let's see where this takes us. I'm okay with it. And he really took that vow when we married, to love the kids just as, you know, he loves me. He would give his life for those children, and those are his children. You know, they've never heard him say stepdad, or you won't hear him say that. So I admire the unconditional love he has for the children. But there was a compromise in the beginning, a sacrifice that I felt like he had to make. But, you know, of course he, you know.
I'm blessed. I made the right choice. So, you know, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy with my kids, and, you know, and just watching them grow up, and, you know, into their own, and, you know, they're getting older now, and, you know, I enjoy it, you know, and there's no regret. So, you know, I'm blessed.
Okay. what are some things you learned in your single life that help you in your relationship today? Well, I think that goes back to the other question. I think just learning to love ourselves and I think just being honest with the type of person you are. You know, I can be very sensitive, and I have to, you know, realize that sometimes that kind of plays a part in our relationship, or, you know, like him recognizing that he's a talker, and sometimes that plays a part. I think it's just goes back to really getting to know yourself. Yeah. And then that helps in the relationship.
Yeah. I like I said, I hate when she cries. You know, that bothers me. Not that I hate it. It's just like, man, it's like it does something to me, man. I'll be like, no, don't cry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it.
I'm just sensitive.
I didn't mean to do it. You know, because I never have any intention of hurting her, you know, and doing anything wrong. So, you know, and you know, that's my baby. My baby. Love you.
How do you maintain your individuality when in a committed relationship? So, I know what helps me maintain who I am is Richard's support of what I like to do. No. No, maintaining him maintaining his support of what I like to do, no matter what it is. Like right now, I'm in love with calligraphy and learning all about the stock market, and you know, he supports that, and I think that, you know, he does his graphic designs and his photography, and I support that, you know, and I think that it helps to maintain your individuality when you have someone who supports that, who is okay with you sitting to the side and me laying on the floor drawing for 2 hours, you know what I'm saying, and I'm okay with him sitting at the computer and working on Photoshop or, you know, Adobe or whatever he has to do. That helps us maintain who we are. Not just, we do spend a great amount of our time together. Could be considered antisocial a little bit, but we just enjoy being around each other. But we also recognize that we both individually have goals that we want to accomplish, so we don't mind when the other one has to take that time away and follow what they're trying to do. So I think that helps when you have a partner who encourages you to say, oh, you want to do that? Go, do that. You know, like, you can do that. And, you know, or if it doesn't work out and you want to do something, go. Like, we're each other's greatest cheerleaders. And I think that helps, even though we're together, it helps us maintain who we are. You know, if he likes to, you know, whatever it is, like go take pictures, or if I want to read a book, or, you know, we don't mind it. You know, because that's just who we are. So.
That's true. And also, you know, sometimes we have to make sure that, you know, we still continue to. Well, I know for me, you know, I know sometimes when things get a little too I don't want to say carried away, but when I feel like I'm doing a little bit too much, sometimes I just have to go read my Bible and pray and ask God to bring me back down, you know, keep me focused on who I am, and you know, make things, you know, because we got to continue to keep talking to God, because sometimes you can lose yourself in a situation. That's why, you know, it says, the Bible says, lean not to your own understanding. You know, sometimes you got to go to that word. Sometimes you got to pray, and you know, to try to make sure that you know who you are in the situation. And ask God to lead you, you know, and just not being selfish, you know, just, you know, and, you know, but always support each other, always support each other, and always be there for one another. You know, that's really the main thing. I think people should have that right to do something that they really enjoy, and that they really, and it's life. You know, you want to be able to go and do things that you want to do. You want to go out there and be able to try different things. That's a part of life. I don't think in no relationship you should tell somebody they shouldn't do something because what you think in your mind that they need to do something else. You know, just because she a woman and don't mean I say, well, I don't think you should do this because you need to be home doing this and cooking and cleaning and all that. No, I mean, I think that we should, everybody have that right to do something they feel like they should do and want to do, and support that person, be there for that person, and continue to love that person in anything that they try. As long as it's not nothing disrespectful or hurting the family, but so.
I didn't have a list of the perfect partner, but through dating and finding myself before I found him, I more so had a list of what I wouldn't tolerate.
Yeah.
And so, of course, he exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
And, I do honestly feel like God gave me double for my trouble, and we are meant to be together. So, everybody has their flaws and, things that they have to work on. But I just knew what I couldn't deal with. And so when I started dating, if, someone showed me one of those things, I would be like, okay, let's go. It's time to cut that off.
Yeah.
But, we complement each other so well with our values and, our personalities, and, it's everything.
Thank you. You are too. And that's the real deal, because I'm telling you, like, you gotta, your life, your past, everything that you went through should prepare you for the next. It should help you grow to become better, a better person. They say life lessons is your best teacher. So, everybody has something that they went through that they don't want to go through that again, and it helps them, learn more about themselves, learn what they could deal with, learn what they don't want to deal with in the next relationship. We didn't really have a list. It just was, God just knew. He just knew.
He did, right?
He said, I'm gonna wrap this thing up in a bow for you, Richard.
Okay.
Moving on.
There
you go.